Hey everybody, welcome to Pro Shop Talk. I'm Daniel. I'm the technical director here at RW Supply+Design. I just got the chance to wrap up a bunch of interviews about sealers and why you would use a sealer. One of the ones that kind of stuck out to me was you're going to get more build with a sealer. At least that's what a lot of finish reps claim, is you're going to get a bit better build with the sealer because it's going to sit up on top of the wood and just provide a better platform for the finish to sit on top of the sealer. So I thought we would just test that today. I got my coating socks on and I'm going to coat this panel to see the difference. My plan is to just run a piece of tape across the panel, do sealer and finish on one side, and then do finish on the other side and take a look at the difference. So my plan for this is to dunk out of a bucket. The reason why I'm doing that is just I'd like to control for how much finish I'm putting down, because obviously if I put more finish down in one spot, I mean, it's gonna have more build. So ideally I'm just gonna pick, a square and know about how big that square is. Hopefully that'll keep me consistent so I don't give an unfair comparison between the two. So do one dunk out of the bucket and then I'll do the same size square each time. So one dunk and then do the square. Okay, I think that does it. I think we got a good even coat of sealer on that side of the panel. I mean, it looks good to me. I tried to coat it as evenly as I could. Same number of dunks, same number of boards, runs. So now we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna dunk out of a bucket and I'm gonna try to match roll for roll how much finish I put out over here versus over here. So counted my number of dunks. I'm gonna count my number of dunks over here, and hopefully this equals that. Let's do it. So I got our finish mixed up, ready to go. We got bone of traffic. So that side has intense seal, bone of sealer. This side's gonna get bone of traffic. And then after both of these dry, we're gonna do bone of traffic across the whole panel. So again, I am just gonna roll, and I think I had over there 6 boards, 3 dunks to make my way back. And I'm just gonna try to do that as evenly across this side of the panel. All right, y'all, we got the panel coated, first coat dry. This side's sealer, this side's finish. I did a quick buff across the panel just with the maroon pad, nothing real aggressive. I just wanted to smooth it out. So I buffed the whole panel evenly with the maroon pad. Now I'm just gonna coat the whole panel with 1 coat of finish. So that's gonna give us 2 layers on each side. Dunk them out of a bucket, trying to keep my consistency as even as I can. Put a nice even layer from side to side so that I'm not getting a build difference just due to my technique. So let's do it. we're back on our panel here. We're taking a look at our build test for sealer. So I wanted to see this morning after everything dried last night whether or not I'm getting a build difference between the side that has sealer and the side that only has finish. When I first walked in this morning, they looked pretty similar, so I put 2 lights on either side to see if I could see any sort of build difference between the two. You know, it might be that I'm a little biased because I know what they are, but it does appear that the sealer side has maybe a little bit more build. They're certainly very similar. If I get down on my hands and knees and look like on my tape line, it does appear like the sealer side does have a little bit more build. You know, but again, I got to look really closely for that. I did grab a couple of contractors who didn't know what was going on. I had them look at it, give me their opinion, and I got mixed. You know, one guy said this side, one guy said this side. They both said very similar. So I think definitively I can say the sealer side and the finish side do look very similar. Definitively. So the sealer side does not have any loss in build. As I'm thinking about that as a contractor, you know, the question is, well, would that change my attitude towards sealer? And would that make me want to put a sealer down? I think it does. And I think it does for a couple of reasons. You know, as I think through the benefits, the first is obvious. It's just cost. Sealer costs about half as much as a good 2-component finish. And it even costs less than a single component finish. So as I think about that first coat, I could be paying up to half as much to put that first coat down. In addition to that, I'm hearing a lot of benefits about sealer from the vendors, and that they're designing their finishes and sealers to work better together if you're using a sealer. You know, we heard it prevents side bonding, it prevents white lining, it, you know, gives you more build, which I've seen floors that certainly do have more build with sealer, but at a minimum, I can say you get every bit as much build with the sealer here. It also prevents like burn marks and coating marks whenever you're coating onto raw wood. So as I think about all those benefits and the cost, it's kind of a no-brainer for me to use sealer as that first coat, especially if I'm being told the finishes are designed to work better with sealer. So I would do it, and I would hope that gives you good information so that you're confident using a sealer as well. This video has been part of our larger series on sealers. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions.